Happy Monday, folks. In today's video, we're talking about the latest Lions news and rumors, and we got a lot to cover in this bad boy. We're going to start off with the Lions trade rumors. Trey Hendrickson is able to be traded from the Bengals, and I'm going to explain why, and once and for all, that he's not going to get traded to the Detroit Lions. Just wanted to dispel that. We're going to get into 53-man roster prediction reaction to what Pride of Detroit did right there. Dan Campbell spoke about the backup quarterback position. We're going to get into all of that and more. But before we get into today's video, go ahead and follow me on Facebook. Just put @Mike Kimber. You'll find me. My face will be on there. Easy to go. Okay, the Bengals placed Trey Hendrickson, or he can seek a trade on the trade block. We've been hearing about this all offseason. Yes, that is true. That happened for the Bengals. Why the Lions will not be trading for Trey Hendrickson. There's many reasons why this is not going to occur. Money is the big reason why. And draft capital. It's going to take a lot to get him. But the most importantly, it's money. The Lions cannot afford to pay him. Why is that? We got to pay Aiden Hutchinson, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs. That is contracts coming up. The Lions are not going to do that. Also, TA from Raw Podcast was talking about how they have even paid anybody of significance. They can't even pay Zadarius Smith right now. They've been frugal with trying to get him on this team. And then I brought up they were frugal with Alex Anzalone. Gave him basically $1 million raise. That's what it can go up to. They're being frugal with money. Do you think they're going to dish out $40 million to Trey Hendrickson, who's 30 years old? No, that's not going to occur. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knows, because I got hit up 100 times over this weekend. Lions will not be trading for him. You can go ahead and add me on Facebook. Just put Mike Kimber. I do Lions updates. Everybody likes to do this one. Let's talk about potential quarterbacks that the Lions could pick up if they were not secure in Hendon Hooker or Kyle Allen. This is on SI. Go ahead and check it out. I don't think that they're going to do this. I think they're just going to stay with Kyle Allen, but let's keep an open mind. Kyle Trask, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would take Kyle Allen over Kyle Trask. He hasn't done anything for Tampa. There's a reason that they brought in Teddy Bridgewater. There you go. Joe Flacco of the Cleveland Browns, I don't think he's going to be available. I think they'll keep one veteran quarterback there, to be honest with you. But there is going to be some quarterbacks that get released from Cleveland. That will be intriguing to watch. For Lions or other teams, I still think they'll probably stay with Kyle Allen. Will Greer from the Dallas Cowboys. Tyler Heineke from the Chargers. He's always a name, right? Case Keenum from the Bears. Hell no to Drew Lock from the Seattle Seahawks. I think he's a bad backup quarterback. I guess you can look at some of these and say potentially if they were not fully confident in Kyle Allen. I do believe that Hendon Hooker has lost the job, and we'll get into that here in a second. There are some quarterbacks that they can look at. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think about this one? I don't think they do it. And this explains why Dan Campbell does suggest that Kyle Allen is ahead of Hendon Hooker. Here's why. He says, he's playing better. He's playing better. Talking about Kyle Allen. So I'd say that right now. If you're saying, if I had to go with the quarterback 2 right now, I would trust you more. Yeah, I trust Kyle more because he's proven more after 2 games. But we're still going to coach up Hooker up. We're still going to see where he can get him better. We still get a little bit here, right? They got one more preseason game. By the way, the game is on Saturday, 1 p.m. again. We'll be live for the game versus the Houston Texans. It will be noon. We'll be live. So make sure you come back for that on Saturday. Hendon Hooker's lost the job. He's not going to be the backup quarterback for the Lions. He's lost the job. Let's just keep it a buck. That is the facts right now. Okay, Allen is ahead of Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker's got one more opportunity, but he's lost the job because they're not going to keep 3 quarterbacks. There is so much talent on this roster, and we're going to go through the 53-man roster projection, and you're gonna see all the talent there, and you're gonna say, would you put Hendon Hooker in front of this player? And I believe that 99% of my audience would say no, they would not put that player in front of Hendon Hooker. They just wouldn't. If you believe that they keep 3 quarterbacks, we're going to go through the projected 53 here in a moment. But Kyle Allen is right now the backup quarterback, and I don't even think anything matters what happens on Saturday. Why? Because they're going to throw out the players the most who is not going to make the roster. Maybe they're evaluating 1 or 2 players, but generally speaking, they got a lot of people locked up at the 53, so they're going to be playing a lot of players that doesn't necessarily make the team on Saturday. Again, go ahead and add me on Facebook. Go ahead and get her done. It's just my name, easy search, and you see my face. Let's get into the quarterback, the backup spot. And I agree with a lot of this here. Jeremy Reisman has Jared Goff, Kyle Allen, Hendon Hooker cut. I agree, 100%. And we're going to go through this roster, and you're going to see why they're not going to go 3 quarterbacks. It just doesn't make sense when you go through it. Kyle Allen is the backup quarterback right now. Hendon Hooker has not made the team. Running backs, clear as day. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Saylors, practice squad material, unless another team picks him up. That's what it's going to be. There's no debate really here. Wide receivers, I thought this is intriguing. I don't believe this is going to occur, but they go 7 receivers. 7. I was thinking debating 5 or 6. I'm throwing Meeks or Lovett in there for 6, but they're going 7. That's hard. That's hard to believe they're going to go 7, but that's because the talent on this team is really high. Meeks and Lovett deserve to make the roster. That's why Hendon Hooker can't make the roster. Would you put Hendon Hooker above one of those guys? I wouldn't. I have him going 6 receivers, and it's almost a coin flip between Lovett and Meeks because they both bring something a little bit different. What's your thoughts on this one? Will they go 5 or 6 or 7? Tight ends, they're going 3. I agree. I think this one's locked. Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra. That's the Lions' 3 tight ends. There's no really debate over it. Offensive tackle, they decided to go with 4. I agree. That's how many I had as well. The same 4. Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, Giovanni Manu. They're still developing Manu. And, that's just what they're going to go with probably. I would agree. Interior linemen, I got the same ones here. Glasgow, Mahogany, Ratledge, Aosika, and Iguiken, the backup center. The injuries, that's kind of what made it happen, right? We had a lot of injuries. It was last week where we had to put a couple guys on IR. Forced Iguiken in there. And Miles Frazier on the PUP list. Aiden Hutchinson, Davenport, Pascal, Al-Qadim Mohammed, Nate Lynn. Amin Hassaneed is injured. We don't know the extent of it. They said it's going to be a while, so he's probably going to be put on injured return. They got Agude and Ukwu not making it. Ukwu did really well last week. I still agree he didn't do enough. I concur with this. Defensive tackle, Keith Cooper, Pat O'Connor, Lopez, Williams, Reeder. Agree. Miles Adams has a shot on the practice squad. Sam Brock Martin. I agree with that. Pretty simple right there. I concur. McNeil and Wingo on PUP because they're injured. Yep. Linebackers. Love it. The debate here is how many linebackers you go. They're going 6+1. I concur with that. Linebackers has been the best unit, I feel, on this team this year. Alex Anslow and Jack Campbell Derek Barnes, Stewart, Nowaski, and Cunningham. They all deserve to make the roster. Hell, Pittman does as well. But they're just, you can't have that. You can't have 7+1. Do the Lions go 6 linebackers? Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue. Cornerback, I agree. This is a deep, deep, deep position. Some of these guys are going to get cut, and they're going to get picked up by other teams, unfortunately. But maybe we can get Whiteside on the practice squad. Rock Ya-Sin cemented himself in this bad boy. Love it. Surprised. Maybe they go another one, but Rock Ya-Sin can play safety as well. Safety, they're going 4 again, universal, because we can do him at safety. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Maddox, and Kennelly. I agree. The injuries force that. Specialist, no debate here. We all know who it's going to be. Let's get into the PFF grades for the offensive players. Highest and lowest. Meeks highest, Kyle Allen, TeSlaa, Vaki, and Miller. That was a shock. None of these shock me. They did great. Shane Zylstra, Zach Horton, Hendon Hooker, Saylors, Tom Kennedy. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Defensive players, Ukwu, he was definitely in there. Hallett was playing great. Strickland and Allan George, even though he's not going to make the team. Miles Adams, Hassanin, who did get injured, Pittman, and Russell. That seems pretty even to me. Seems pretty even to me. So give me your thoughts, folks, on this bad boy. With that said, adios.